Which cards do you want from Hidden Fates? Let's talk about it, there's no mistake. There's a lot of weak cards, I rest my case. Their shinies do look quite great. Too bad most of them are alternate arts. We cannot even use the cards in the standard format, so bizarre. Only collectors will go so hard. Some cards might have an impact, like Jessie and James. Disruption is back with Reasoning, it'll be quite exact. The cards in your hand will be zero in fact. Or how about their new tag team? Guy Legends will be so mean. Malamar has now a bad dream. Let's go for what else is in the scene. Yeah! New episode, Hidden Fates review. What's up YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome back to another TCG episode on my channel. In this episode we're going to talk about the Hidden Fates expansion. This is an expansion with over 150 new cards, and the weird thing about that is that half of them are alternate arts that don't extend the legality of certain cards, and half of them are just weird and weak. So this is a weird set all around. It's great for collectors because yeah, aren't we all shiny hunters in the end? And I'm going to talk about the most interesting cards of this set, and we'll see how it goes. So if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. You're definitely gonna be part of the squad where you get notifications and all that good stuff about new videos about the competitive scene of the Pokemon trading card game. Also, if you haven't clicked that like button at any given point in the video, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to do so. It helps out a ton. Okay, without further ado, let's go over some of the GXs first, because a lot of you people will stick around for the GXs, and then we're gonna make our way through some trainer cards and some cards that are actually gonna be legal at the 6th of September, so that's gonna be interesting to see. And then we're gonna make our way to some great shiny Pokemon that are legal in the standard format. Okay, let's get this going. First card on the list is the Pinsir GX. As a little spoiler alert, most of those GXs are actually unplayable. They're just weak in general. So they actually were out for a couple of months already in Japan, but now they made their way over on the Western audience, and they don't look very promising. It does have 180 HP, resembling of Tapu Bulu. Yeah, you already know that. It is weak to fire, which means it will get obliterated by every deck that runs Welder, and its main attack dishes out 110 with the super powered horns, and Guillotine GX dishes out 160 damage. That's it. Nothing, no special effects, nothing. This is just a sad card all around. Now we have Charizard GX, and our Charizard card is out there. This is gonna be one of those cards. Oh wow, it dishes out 300 damage, but ladies and gentlemen, it's a stage 2. Wouldn't you rather use a Welder and an attachment unlike a Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX? I know that gives out 3 prize cards, but at least it's a basic Pokemon, and seeing as this card needs 4 energies, that means you can maybe set it up with triple accelerated energy and a Welder in one turn, but you need rare candy. So if you can manage to get this card out, you can hit 300 damage. Maybe you can pair it with like the Charizard from the Team Up set, which is kind of like the most playable non-GX Charizard. Maybe you can try it out with that, but other than that, not a very great card all around, because stage 2s, believe it or not, they are not that quick in the format. Next up is Starmie GX. This is kind of an interesting one because it comes paired hand in hand with like a I think it's a supporter or a stadium card. We're gonna check out later. So first off, we have Starmie GX, 190 HP, water type stage 1, not too shabby because it has free retreat, and having free retreat in a trading card game has taught me one thing: it's amazing. You don't need to rely on switch, no skateboard, you just have free retreat, which is awesome. Then we have Starscream, dishing out 40 damage, and you can attach 2 water energies from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So energy acceleration for water types, that is something we like. Maybe you can pair it up with Keldeo GX, that's already a great thing to go around. And we also have a spinning attack for 3 Carlos energies, 100. That means it is stackable. As a little side note, you can just put this in your deck, get triple accelerated energy as well, and out of nowhere you could be having like a water type attack which dishes out 100 damage. Could be nice to just get rid of some Heatrans and Blacephalons here and there, so interesting if you're already playing triple accelerated energy. Then we have Hydro Pump GX. This attack dishes out 40 damage, and yeah, times the amount of water energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay, 40 damage plus 40 more for every water energy attached to this Pokemon. So let's say you have 3 water energies, that means 40, 40, 40, you dish out 160. So for 3 energies, not too shabby. If you get more on that, you just have more damage. Also, I'm going to talk about Starmie a little bit here because there is, of course, a trainer card in this set we have to talk about when talking about Starmie GX, and that is going to be the Misty Cerulean City Gym. The attacks of Starmie GX do 40 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, so you can buff up the damage output with a simple Stadium card, and dishing out 40 extra damage for a single Stadium card is huge. Think about Choice Band and like Plus Power all packed into one package for, of course, Starmie GX. So Misty Cerulean Gem is going to be kind of an interesting way to play with Starmie GX, because we also have Misty's Water Command. Move any number of water energies from your Pokemon to your Psyduck, Horsey, Starmie GX, Magikarp, Gyarados, or Lapras in any way you like. So you can move around all your water energies in play, and you can move it to the correct Pokemon. So in theory, you could be playing like a Naganadel line with tons of energy acceleration, and then afterwards you can just play like a Misty's water command, and you can move any number of water energies from your Pokemon all the way to your Pokemon of choice. So Starmie GX does have kind of a spot for like a weird rogue deck, in my opinion, and yeah, that's just interesting to see here, because there's a trainer cards that work specifically for, of course, the Pokemon that Misty has. So that is a great way to just start this video already with, of course, talking about Starmie GX. It will have its own weird deck. Next up is Gyarados GX. As mentioned, that trainer card we talked about also works for this card. This Gyarados 130 for 4 energies. Sad, so sad. And Hyper Beam 240 damage. So no side effect whatsoever. This is just a stage 1 with 230 HP, which is actually a lot. Puny Magikarp evolving into that crazy Gyarados. 240 is interesting. You one-shot a Pikarom, but you are weak to lightning, so that is the only issue here, because if it wasn't weak to lightning, you could have done something with it, but now being weak to lightning, even though you one-shot things like the Pikarom, the bad thing is that you don't have access to Choice Band. Definitely in the standard format makes it very hard to use this card, although you are a water type, which means you hit weakness against ReshiZard, so that's good, but against things like Mewtwo, you'll be having a hard time, definitely because your Magikarp are all having 30 HP, that means the Perfection ability with Espeon and Deoxys will snipe your board completely, so another mediocre GX. As mentioned, a lot of them are in here. Next up, Raichu GX. This guy is interesting. It has, of course, Spark Ball GX for 200 damage, 210 HP, and the weird thing about it is that only 200 damage flat for like 3 energies. Wouldn't you rather use Tag Ball GX? Am I right? So even though you give up an extra prize card, you have that addition to get more prize cards, and that is the key factor here. Also, Raichu and Alolan and Raichu Tag Team GX can dish out even more damage. You dish out 250, and you can use Electro Powers and all that stuff. So another average Raichu right here. Next is Mewtwo GX. Is it playable? I don't know. It is just not that good in my opinion. It has a Super Psybolt, always having a Super Psybolt attack, 110 damage, and then the Psy Crush GX, 120 damage, and discard all energies from your opponent's active. So it's pretty much like the Cold Crush GX of Articuno, except for you don't discard all of your energies, and you just have 120. 120 is just way too mediocre in a format filled with tag teams. Next is Wigglytuff GX, Fairy type Pokemon, Rolling Rush, 100 damage, flip a coin until you get tails. For every head, you dish out 30 more damage. If that has taught me one thing, I used to play against like a player playing Whimsicott, and having just to rely on coin flips is not good. Same goes with Super Scoop Up. Imagine you flip tails, you just hate it immediately. While this attack, you'll hate it immediately. Rolling Rush, then Lovely Star GX, you dish out 130 and then heal all damage from this Pokemon. No, not gonna see play. Next up is a GX that will see some play. So we had Starmie GX, which might see some play. Next up is gonna be like the Moltres and the Zapdos Articuno shenanigans here. This is an amazing card because we have Trinity burn 210 damage, and the thing here with 210 damage, it might come short against certain Pokemon, but you do one-shot things like Blacephalon, things like the Dene GX. The good thing about this card is the Sky Legends GX. For Karo's energy, you can shuffle this card and all cards attached to it back into your deck, but if you have at least 1 water, 1 fire, and 1 lightning energy attached to it, you dish out 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. Can you imagine you use like Welder, the next turn you use Welder using some weird kind of shenanigans with like a Rainbow Brush, that could happen, and you can get this attack off. Malamar will be dying inside. You'll just destroy all their Malamars in one simple attack. Not only that, you just get up some damage on yourself and then boof, you go straight into the deck. So this card might see some play. I already see it on TCG Online, playing it with Mewtwo. People just try it out with Mewtwo and all that stuff. So a very interesting card, and we'll see play. It is the first tag team with 3 Pokemon on there, and we're definitely gonna see more of that soon. We already saw, of course, at the World Championship, Palkia, Dialga, and Arceus put into 1 card. This is gonna be fantastic. So triple tag teams are here. They have a huge amount of HP, and they have the craziest attacks. Sometimes we don't have like the necessary energy acceleration. You could play this with the Hat Ladies, Morgan, and all that stuff, but I'm a bigger fan of using a thick Welder line with a Rainbow Brush to just get this out. I just see if I forgot any GXs whatsoever, because I want to just cover all of them. So we had, yeah, the thing I forgot here is Onyx GX. How could I? Onyx GX is another one of those interesting cards. It has the bind attack, 30 damage, flip a coin if the opponent is paralyzed. They already dish out on the automatic 30 damage against things that are weak to fighting. Like, let's say Pikarom, you already dish out 60 damage. But the energy attack cost is insane. Yeah, for 5 energies, that's 1 fighting and like 2 DCE. And DCE is rotated. Oh no. Yeah, you just have 150. And then for the same amount of damage, actually energies, you just have the Rock Avalanche. And then during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes turn 100 less damage. Yeah. Not a big fan of that attack. You could hit 1-hit KOs on like things that are weak to lightning. You could get a 1-hit KO on Blacephalon. But the bad thing is that reducing the damage done to you by 100 is actually good, but getting the energies on there, it will be insane. You could go for Welder again, but you'll need like Welder attach of the turn and another Welder. You'll be playing with a lot of fire energies because DCE is rotated. The funny fact is like Onyx also has some weird thing going on because we do have trainer cards that work really well with it. First trainer card I'm gonna be talking about is going to be Brock's Training. Attach an energy card from your hand to one of your Geodude, Graveler, Golem, Onyx GX, Cubone, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, or Sudowoodo. So, the good thing about all these cards here is that if there ever comes like a great Golem out of nowhere, or a Cubone or whatever, we have energy acceleration now, which is good, but it's just the same thing like with Mina. It is not that fast. You can just attach 1 energy from the hand. Wouldn't you rather use Welder and get 2 fires on your Onyx? That's right. Next is going to be the Brock's Pewter City Gym. Your Onyx GX takes 40 less damage. The bad thing about that is that your opponent is in control. The opponent can just simply say, oh damn it, I deal 40 less damage. Well, here comes my Giant Heart. Bam, they overlap your Stadium card and suddenly your effect is gone. That's why it's weak. So a lot of weak cards in the set. I'm just surprised that Pokemon just got to release this kind of product. But the good thing is that there's a lot of shiny things in here. Also, you want to know which cards, now that we're talking about trainer cards, which cards got reprinted. We have Bill's Analysis, kind of like a hard card to get from Team Up. We have Bill's Last Stand, that is a card from Dragon Majesty, also sees its way in this set. Erika's Hospitality, also a card that everyone likes to use in like those stage 1 decks like Malamar, maybe it's Frostlass Lucario, who knows. We have Giovanni's Exile, also saw a reprint here. A new card, Jessie and James, is in the set. Each player discards 2 cards from their hand, your opponent discards first. So this is gonna be a broken combo. Think about cards like OHKO GX, Jessie and James and all that stuff. We're gonna be seeing kind of like a disruptive deck. Chip Ace Axe can be a perfect way to just get the opponent out of their hand and then just leave them stuck. We already saw that with Pidgeotto Control, so Jessie and James, very great. Will also help out Shedinja players. Koga Strap also saw a reprint here. Lieutenant Search Strategy. Misty's Determination is the one that we see back here. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, look at the top 8 cards of your deck and put one of them in your hand. This could be nice to just fish out certain combo pieces if you want to try it out. Sabrina's Suggestion also saw a reprint here. And then we have those insane looking full arts. Giovanni's Exile, amazing. Jessie and James, look at the artwork on that. Like Wobbuffet and Meowth, adore the artwork here. Eater's Foundation Employee, also see a full art here. Cynthia, if you want to be pimping your deck and you don't have the needs of buying Ultra Prism anymore, you can maybe find some Cynthia full arts in your Hidden Fates packages. We have Fisherman, nice to see a full art of that eventually. We have a Guzma, which is sad, it's an alternate print, so most of these cards have alternate prints, that means you cannot use them. Even though you have the older copies of Guzma, this comes out, it's an alternate art, meaning you cannot use it in the standard format. Yeah, and then we have Hiker, and then Lady. So a lot of these full arts are looking amazing. Let's see if I forgot any of them. I don't think so. Now we're just gonna be talking about some little bonus Pokemon cards in here. First up, we have... Yeah, it's actually very hard to just select a few that I want to talk about here because most of them are not that good. Let's see here. Before we talk about the shiny cards in this set, I do love the shiny cards. Some of them are looking amazing. So we're gonna just start off. There's a Butterfree in the set, mediocre. There's a Scyther in the set, mediocre. Yeah, they're all mediocre. So I'm just gonna talk about it. There's a cool epic Magikarp here. I love the artwork, but it's just, as mentioned, mediocre. The funny fact is that with all these cards like Staryu and Lapras, you can have the energy acceleration in the form of the Misty card. And other than that, I don't see anything working out in the competitive scene. Maybe Jolteon. Jolteon has a free retreat, and as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, whenever your opponent attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Yeah, it's a niche situation, but some people might make it work, like you just hit and run, go into the Jolteon, they have to attach energies like Welder, 2 energies from the hand, bam bam, 4 damage counters. Who knows? It's a one prize attacker, could find a way in like a quad tag team deck for just one prize. You can just give it away and just can put some damage counters on. We have a Zapdos, flip 4 coins. For each head, search your deck for a lightning energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon GX. Wow. Yeah, it's too bad as like 2 energies, but with the Thunder Mountain you can do that for one single energy. So maybe the Zapdos, I'm gonna have to try it out to have some energy acceleration for specific Pokemon GXs. Then we're having here a Weezing. This Weezing has the ability Surrender Now, or Prepare to Fight. That's right. Okay. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is discarded with the effect of Jessie and James, you may have your opponent discard a card from their hand. So imagine you're using Jessie and James, discard 2 Weezing. Yeah, you're discarding 4 cards of their hand. And having a 0 card hand has taught me one thing. Yeah, I played against Gardevoir Sylveon all the time. Having a 0 card hand is not that good. If you don't have Jirachi out, you're done for. There is a Mew in here with 80 HP and this should have 50 damage. Very cute art. Other than that, it's useless. There's a Golem in here. You can accelerate with that Brock card, but yeah, it does have 170 HP. Don't forget about that. But it's stage 2. Too bad. There's all like easy cards with not a lot of effects on them, just for people to learn the game, if I had to guess here. What else do we see here? Flip coins until you get tails with a Kangaskhan. Nope, not gonna flip those coins, not at all. And then there's a Snorlax in here, 150 HP and 100 damage. So all of these cards are not that good. What can we conclude from all these new cards is that Jessie and James is good, Weezing is good, the Misty's Water Command is good, Misty Cerulean City Gym is good, and Starmie GX is good. Also, Pokemon Center Lady saw a reprint. So that is what you have to conclude from the new cards that are legal. And also the Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres Tag Team GX will be good. With that aside, we're gonna talk about some shiny Pokemon. Which shiny Pokemon do you want from this set? Let's see here. Interesting Pokemon that saw some significance in the trading card game. Quagsire. If you don't have your hands on some Quagsire, you might come across some shiny Quagsire. Washout is good. We've seen it before with Naganadel. Saw it at the DC Open with Keldeo GX. We have Froakie and Frogadier. If you want to make that spicy Greninja GX deck with the Shuriken shenanigans, spurring down some damage. Could be interesting. We have a Xurkitree, the one that dishes out... nah, it's actually the terrible one. Scratch that. Next up, we're going to be talking about Malamar. If you want to be spicing up your Malamar deck, we already had a pre-release promos. Now you can play Shiny Encase and Shiny Malamar. Same goes for the Poipole, the one with Spit Poison, which seems to be the most played Poipole overall. And Darkbox and Blacephalon and maybe Quagnag, all of these decks that run Naganadel, try out the shiny Poipole. Next up, Riolu. Yes, it's in my Frostless Lucario deck. Check out that video if you haven't already. There's Baby Buzzwole shiny. If there's ever gonna be a time where you want to be spicing things up, it's now. Now we're gonna talk about the GXs later. First, I'm gonna talk about the regular ones. We have Magnezone. If you want to make that metal deck, although Rare Candy is around. We have Celesteela, could be nice. We have Altaria with the fight song to just buff up your dragon damage output and maybe Exeggutor or something. What else is legal in the standard format? Let's check it out. Next, I'm going to talk about the GXs. There's Charizard GX in here from Burning Shadows. I'm just going to mention it here, even though it's not going to be legal for the competitive play in standard. It's going to be the most expensive card. I think it's already going for like $200, if not more. What else? Articuno GX. We've seen it work in the Pajero stall deck. We have the Greninja GX Shiny. Could see some play. You can also put it in the discard pile. Start using it with Mewtwo. Toolbox Mewtwo is a thing. Which GX is next? Lucario GX. Yeah, fantastic. I'm playing Lucario GX almost the entire season, like 2019. Played it with Zapdos, played it with Frostlass. It's doing well, so having a shining version would be just so great to just have some, how you say it, emotional. I have an emotional bond with Lucario. Next, Naganadel GX with Stinger GX. Look at that shiny, very crazy. We have Zygarde GX, which could be good with the baby Zygardes that came out in Unified Mind set. Moving forward, a lot of GXs that are rotated, unfortunately. I think that is it for this set. I'm just gonna go over it a little bit. So I think we got everything. I already got like the overview of which standard cards could become great. You don't need a lot from the set. If you are not a collector, this set is not for you. If you are a collector, this is gonna be such a blast for you. There's a lot of things to collect, lots of shinies, even though most of them are alternate arts which you cannot use in competitive play. Some of you guys just collect it, and if you're collecting it, this is the set for you. Other than that, I would suggest buying single cards for this, maybe a couple of Weezing, maybe a couple of Jessie and James, and that's about it. Maybe that one copy of the Zapdos Articuno Moltres GX tag team, although that one is also available as a box topper in the Elite Trainer box. Anyhow, this was Zapdos TCG. If you enjoyed this summary of the Hidden Fate set, be sure to mouse the like button as always and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comment section which is your favorite card from Hidden Fates. Have you opened any Hidden Fates whatsoever? I'm curious to hear your stories. Anyhow, this was Zapdos TCG. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hasta la vista, Poke people!